بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحانك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر وأنت على كل شيء قدير. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to him, and peace and blessings be upon his beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him, and he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahla marhaban bikum. In today's session, the title inshallah will be, shall Islam be a witness for me or against me? Yawm al-Qiyamah, how the core idea of my talk today inshallah will be, shall I prepare myself to let Islam be يوم القيامة with me or against me? هذا العنوان العام, the main title. What I will be doing inshallah, I will be highlighting at least 4 stories, real stories inshallah. خليكم معي معلش اللي بيلعبوا الموبايلات لو سمحتوا. Please, if you have to watch your mobile, you can leave. Finish, then come. Because when I listen to anyone while he's watching his mobile, I lose my concentration. So please, if you have to do it, you can finish outside, then come again. جزاكم الله خير, if you please. The point, I will be highlighting a number of stories. At least 4. Every time I finish a story, please keep focused, because I want to ask you what was the most important thing in this story. Then after I finish the full number of stories, we will connect the wisdom, the lesson from the whole stories all together. Okay? Brothers, those who came late, شباب احنا هلا راح نبلش في كذا. معلش, please, can you move from here and sit where I can see you? I need to see you. Please, can you change? Please, anyone from this side, can you come to this side? Because I can't keep talking with someone behind me. Please, move from here. Please, if you don't mind, let me see you. I want to address you. I want to speak with you. Do your best to come. We have spaces there. لو سمحتوا. أيوة. جزاكم الله خيرا. رائع. Yes. Let me at least see you when I move. تمام. Come on. A little push. Yes, please. I will repeat very quickly. I will be highlighting quickly a number of stories. After I finish each story, I want to listen to a number of you, 3, 4, 5, very quickly. What is the most important lesson behind this story from your point of view? Then keep what we have said in your mind after finishing number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. We will connect the lessons all together to come up with a result from the main title. What is the title of the talk? Shall Islam be a witness in the day of judgment for me or against me? Okay? Keep the main title in your mind, because what I'm doing basically, I have a big title. Then I'm breaking down, I'm highlighting stories. I'm hiding a lot of lessons behind the story. So I will narrate the story. Your job is try to pick what could be the most important lesson from each story. After you highlight the lessons, we will connect the full lessons out of the 4 stories to see to what degree they do match the main title. Okay? So we'll be sharing. So today's session cannot accept you not to pay attention, because you will be sharing with me. You need to focus on the lessons. Now, story number 1. This story happened maybe about 25, 30 years. Happened in New York. A Jewish person, Jewish young man, he reverted to Islam. Become what? A Muslim. He decided to change his religion from Judaism to Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from him. So he started be one of the best Muslims at that masjid. And for your information, just a small pause. New York City contains second or third largest population of Jews on earth. Do you know this? I mean, in New York, there are a lot of Jews. It's not something strange that a Jew becomes a Muslim in Europe. Okay, this young man, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept him, became a Muslim. He started coming to the masjid. Once a day he came to the Imam, like Sheikh Abdul Aziz. He said, Imam, Sheikh, my mother wants a special appointment with you. She wants to speak with you. He said, MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, let her come. Your mother, is she a Muslim? He said, no. He said, do you have an idea why she wants to speak with me? He said, no, but she insisted that I take an appointment for her. He said, alhamdulillah, okay. Now when the mother, the Jewish mother, came to the Islamic center, she was wearing the hijab. So the Imam was confused. Huh? Please, let me not repeat again. If you are playing with your mobile, please, 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 leave the place, finish your job and come again. Please don't let me repeat that again, please. Okay? I will not point to something in specific. If you have to do something in your mobile out of respect, stop it, please. Or leave the place. Finish what you want, then come. Okay? Right. I hope that I will not repeat it again. Now, what I was saying. The mother, she came, she was wearing the hijab. So it was very strange. The Imam was confused because he thought she was not a Muslim, but she was wearing the hijab. Then he said, hey, come, your mother, is she a Muslim? He said, no. But why is she wearing a hijab? She said, out of respect for the place, because she knows that Muslims, they wear the hijab. She said, Wallah, mashallah, jazakallah khair. She came. Now, she took the Imam and said, I swear by Allah, I beg you, I'm ready to kiss your hands, okay? To take care of my son to stay as a Muslim. Be careful not to let him for whatever reason, okay? Whatever reason to leave Islam. Now the Imam became confused more and more. He said, look, are you a Muslim or a Jew? She said, I'm a Jew. And you want me to make sure your son not to leave Islam? She said, yes. I said, okay, there's something in my mind. I can't understand. Let's repeat again. You are a Jewish person. She said, yes. I was born as a Jew. I am a Jew, and I want you to die as a Jew. And you want me to take care of your son, not to leave Islam? She said, yes. Okay, there's something I'm not able to understand. Explain. Why? Look now to the point. She said, to be honest with you, my son, he was born as a Jew, but he's not practicing anything. He was a very, very bad person. He used to deal with drugs and to drink alcohol and to have a very, very bad friends with him. Nearly every day he used to come. Anything I say, he used to do what? To hit me on my face badly. Badly, as if he's boxing in the gym. Easily for him. Whatever I say, Ya Ibni, Ya Habibi, my dear son, it's late. Have you taken, hey, don't interfere, boom, 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 easily. On daily basis, I was hit by him. No mercy. No consideration for whatever thing that I have done to him. When he became a Muslim, he became an angel. No bad behavior anymore. No bad words anymore. No late anymore. Nothing at all. He became an amazing, amazing, nice person with me. Therefore, I'm not coming here to ask you to convert me. I don't want myself to be a Muslim. But please make sure that my son to stay in this beautiful situation. Okay? The story is finished. Finished. This is a real story. Happened to someone. Look, she was not asking about the religion now. She did not come to see why, when, what, how. The only thing she was concerned, she was facing a disaster. After this person converted this religion, everything was changed. Practically for her. She used to hit her on daily basis. He used to say bad words on daily basis. He became a very nice person. So please, please, I want to die as a Jew, but I want him to stay as a Muslim. Because I'm not able to stand, dealing with him, with his bad behavior anymore. The story is finished. What kind of benefit you can conclude from this story? Yes, Habibi. But speak loudly as much as you can.
The son learned about Birrul Walidain.
Yes?
So he thought about his mom and what he's doing to her. So he stopped.
MashaAllah. Where did he learn about Birrul Walidain from?
Islam.
About Islam. He became a Muslim. Once he became a Muslim, he realized that respecting parents, Birrul Walidain, is one of what? Comes number what in Islam? وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا then وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. So number 2. After worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is basic in Islam. Allah has commanded you, Allah has ordained not to worship anything except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then be nice and respect your parents. Immediately he became a new person. But this new person was like an angel to a degree. She came to beg them. She was afraid. Ya Allah, is it possible that this person comes back again to what he used to be? No. I'm not able to imagine that. She came to beg them, please make sure that this Muslim stay as a Muslim. طيب, what else? What you can conclude comparing with what we see practically in our lives? Are all Muslims applying Islam? طيب, what can you conclude? Yes?
That his character and the way he acted made her not hate the religion.
Yes, Jazakallah khair, MashaAllah. His practical character, what he is doing practically on ground, put her in a situation she can't hate that religion or have a bad attitude towards it. To a degree, she came to the Islamic Center, begging the Imam to make sure that this person stays as a Muslim. So people will be caring of what? What you claim or what you do, what you act. As always, I keep saying, and I will keep repeating, sorry sir, I can't hear you. Your action is louder than your words. Children do what they see, not what you say. They see, you say. They don't care what you say, but they do what they see. Which means, practically, what do you do? This is a message for who? By the way, compare yourself with myself, with your parents. Who is engaged in a relation with non-Muslims more? You or someone in my age? Maybe 90% of your time. Basically, if you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and inshallah you are from those who love, and if you know how precious and beautiful your religion is, please be careful. Be careful, because they will judge Allah and Islam through you. What else? Listen, you can conclude. We can take just one final one, then I will go to the second story. For those who came late, what I'm doing now, the main title of our session today is, shall Islam be a witness for me or against me when I stand before Allah in the day of judgment? Should I be someone who care really to prepare himself that Islam will be supporting him, with him? Ya Allah, Quran will come to defend me. Prophet Muhammad will be proud of me, or something, something what? Else. What is the else? By the way, we have just two options. Do you know that in the day of judgment we have just two options? It's either or. Now, you have many options. You want to eat ice cream, you have different tastes. You want to play, tens of options. You want to spend your time in the vacation, tens of options. Day of judgment, either or. It's just either or. So let's prepare ourselves to this. Yes, final lesson. Yes.
Islam's boundaries help protect us as human beings and protect our reputation to others.
The boundaries, the limits of Islam, the ahkam, the teachings of Islam, when we apply it, they reschedule, replan, reprogram us in a way to be in the best status. Because this is a human being. He used to use a certain software. Once this software changed, he became a new what? Person. What was changed basically is what? The software. The way of thinking. He used to think in I don't know what way. He used to think that I am the most important, I am the center of the world. What I love will be done. What I want should be done. What I think should be happen. When he became a Muslim, the priority is for who? It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What Allah tells me should be number one will be number one, not what my desire tells me. This is big important difference, be careful. Difference between as a Muslim or anything else, the priority will be to who? For yourself, for someone else, for the society, because each system has a centric point. When we talk about materialism, liberalism, secularism, generally speaking, the people are the center, or the person are the center. What I think, what I feel, what I want. When you become a Muslim, what Allah wants. By this you will be saved. Type. This is story number one. Yes?
I was going to say, no matter how bad your situation is, or how worse you've gotten, you still can go back to the right path.
طبعا, that's true. Yeah, whatever. You can always return back. He was in a very bad, tough situation. He took a decision. He's a young man. He became one of the best people. I wish if I know his name. I personally, I would search, because this is I read this story maybe about 20 years ago. At that time, no internet, no Google, no nothing. You can't. So we know it and that's it. So we can't. I wish if we can search where did he reach this person. Anyway, this is story number one. Story number two. This is another. From one angle, it's a funny story. From another angle, it's a. I don't know. I will let the judgment be for you. A real story happened with a young man from Saudi Arabia. This Saudi young man, he was sent by his parents to do his BA degree in the United States, about more than 20 years ago. So, unfortunately, may Allah forgive him and forgive all of us, he was not practicing Islam. He did not care to be a representative for Islam. So he was doing whatever haram you can imagine. Okay. Okay. So this Saudi young man, he did not care to do any kind of, he did not care about haram and halal. He used to live as someone who's very far from Islam. So he had an American girlfriend. Please focus with me because I need your feedback about this, okay? So he had a girlfriend, in the way that you know when I say girlfriend. So they were living together. At a certain point, he decided to go back to Saudi Arabia, and he asked her if she accepts him to be his wife, okay? To marry her, to be illegal. Now they are boyfriend and girlfriend. He wants to go back. He can't go back with a girlfriend. He must go with what? A wife, okay? Because he knows that his parents will disagree with that. This is haram. This is unacceptable. The story. So he said, I'm sorry. I missed. I missed one of the points. Sorry. I missed just part of the point. Now he asked her if she minds to marry him. She accepted. He was so happy. He spoke with his parents in Saudi Arabia. So his father said, "Look, is she a Muslim? Is she a Muslim?" He said, "No." He said, "I will not support you in this marriage. I will pay nothing. If she is not a Muslim, I will. يعني ماليش دعوة. Okay? Please invite her to Islam and let her be a Muslim, and you are most welcome, you and her." He said, "Okay." He went there. He said, "Look, my father is refusing to support me in anything. He will not pay for my expenses or for my marriage unless if you become Muslim. Do you mind to become a Muslim?" Look what her response was. It's amazing. She was a very logical girl. She said, basically, I don't mind to think, but with one condition. She said, leave me, don't speak with me, don't see me for 3 months. and bring me some books about your religion, because I know nothing about your religion. So he managed to bring some books about what Islam is, how, when, why, whatever. He gave these things to her. And the condition was 3 months, 90 days, don't call, don't come. I'm not supposed to see you at any moment, okay? After 90 days, you can call me. I will tell you my decision, because I want to read. I want to make up my own mind, not because you asked me to become a Muslim. Because maybe I don't like this religion, which is true, common sense. Now, 90 days in our Arabic language, he was on fire. You know on fire? كان على نار يعني. You know? This is you know, waiting. يا رب يا رب. He's waiting, okay? 90 days passed immediately. Then by the end of the time, what? Telephone call. Okay, tell me, what do you think? She said, actually, I'm a Muslim. He said, what? He said, I already converted to Islam. Really? Yes, okay. When we will marry? She said, but I will not marry you. He said, why? She said, because you are not a Muslim. Finito. Story is finished. Story is what? Finished. طيب. طب, what did you conclude from this? Many lessons, by the way. What did you conclude from this? Yes, brother. Please listen. Because we have about 10 who just come now. Let me tell you what we are doing. Please, can you focus with me? Let me tell you what we are doing. We have a main title for our session, which is, shall Islam be a witness for me or against me? This is the main title. I'm achieving part of the benefit through highlighting separated stories. Each story is a real story. I will be highlighting. Then I will not say anything about the lessons behind this. I want you to suggest what did stuck in your mind, what could be one of the lessons from each story. I have finished now just the second one, okay? This one. This Arab, Saudi brother who was sent to study, he was not practicing Islam. He wanted to marry from her. She accepted. It was a condition or prerequisite from the father. She accepted to read. After she read, she decided not to marry him. Her word, she said, because you are not a Muslim does not mean a kafir. She means that you are not practicing Islam. You have nothing to do with practicing Islam. So, alhamdulillah, I became a Muslimah, but definitely I will not be your wife. طيب. What did come to your mind as a lesson from this story? تفضل حبيبي يلا. Speak loudly as much as you can.
Make better decisions.
Make better?
Decisions.
Could be, yes. طيب, جزاكم الله خير. Thank you very much, yes.
Don't let the environment around you change who you are.
Don't let the environment change who you are. You took it when he asked her to become Muslim. She did not allow any influence till she took her decision by herself. Jameel. Thank you very much. Yes, brother. Sorry, yes.
And it would also affect you. So, like, when he is in Saudi Arabia, I could guarantee you, like, he was practicing Islam. But when he moved to America, his environment changed him into not practice Islam.
But what do you conclude from this? Is it necessarily anyone who is used to practice Islam in X country, once he leaves this country to another country, immediately he will not be practicing?
No, it's like he let his environment change who he is.
You mean he accepted the environment to change him? طيب, جزاك الله خير. Yes, brother.
Islam is not by birth, it's by actions. She didn't stay with him just because he is titled as a Muslim, because his actions is not reflecting it.
Jameel. Islam is not a guaranteed. Okay, I will. Okay, I will, inshallah. But just let me finish commenting. Okay, inshallah. Jazakum Allah khair. I thought something is happening. Sorry. What I want to say?
Islam is not for granted. Islam is not for granted.
Islam. It's not something will be taken for granted because you were born a Muslim. No. Now the fact you were born as a Muslim, it's a gift from Allah. Yes, it's an advantage. Like anyone. By the way, each one of us has some advantages which others do not have in many cases, in different ways. The one who was born for a rich father has an advantage of wealth, for example. The one who was born in a country that contains a lot of advanced technology has an advantage against others. From our point of view, from faith point of view, being born as a Muslim is an advantage that help you, to accept, to adapt, to live, to enjoy Islam quickly. But you need yourself to accept it, to adapt it, and to act upon it. Or otherwise, nothing will benefit you. Because your own conviction, your own acceptance, and you need to work practically according to it. What else, sister? Yeah. Can you speak a little bit loudly?
Converted to Islam for herself.
Exactly, yes. Now, this is very, very important because it happens a lot. Many cases. Many sisters, they might convert because she wants to marry a Muslim, a Pakistani, an Arab, an Egyptian, a Palestinian, whatever. We need to tell them, be careful. Don't change. Don't come to Islam for the sake of me or him or her. No. This could not be accepted. When you convert to Islam, you will do it for your Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And she did it perfectly. She was guided, really. She did it perfectly. She read, she developed her own convictions, then she became a Muslim. طيب, what else? طيب, third story. Inshallah, بإذن الله. Now, third story. This story is one of my favorites. And it happened now. The two heroes of the story, or the story happened in Egypt. We have two big heroes, an Egyptian and another woman. Look what happened now. The story, it's an amazing story. I will make it in a very short way, in a very short, let's say, form. An Egyptian young man who used to work at the area of Al-Aqsa. Have you heard about in South Egypt? They have an area of Al-Aqsa or Al-Aqsa. You said Al-Aqsa, okay? Al-Aqsa or Al-Aqsa. It contains a lot of pyramids and part of the historical, things related to the time of Pharaoh, Fara'ina, Ahramat, monuments. It's a very rich area with historical pharaonic things in the south of Egypt, Al-Aqsa. So this man used to work in one of these locations. He has like a small kiosk. Okay, in this kiosk, this story happened at least around 30 years ago. But he used to make special collections on cassettes. Do you recognize the old cassettes that we used to use on recorders? Who does not know what I mean by the cassette? Who does not know? طيب, alhamdulillah. Okay. Now, just as a precaution. Now, do you know the CD? The old version of the CD. Something before the CD, we used to use it. They're called the cassette. At that time, we used to have like radios, recorders. We used to put the cassette, like the CD in the computer. We used to put it like this way. We push it like then. We press a button, then you listen to the cassette, like the CD or the flash memory now. Okay? At that time, yes, this is what you used to do. The recorder. even بسموها المسجله صح؟ مسجله؟ مزبوط احنا مسجل بسميه عندنا This is what we used to call it. Anyway, because the story at that time, the technology, no internet, no Wi-Fi, nothing like what you know. Anyway, this man, his job in his kiosk, he was meeting the tourists most of the time. Coming, he used to keep listening all the time to the latest rock and roll music and dancing from the Western style. He bring tens and hundreds of cassettes. He pick and choose the most beautiful, powerful song from this cassette and that cassette. He makes his own collections and he buys them. He had a big speakers here with this recorder. He puts the cassette whenever a tourist, someone, they are passing by, he press, boom, 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 something just to attract them. Okay? This is basically just portraying the context. So he was waiting. He was approached by two Westerners, white people, like a boyfriend and girlfriend. He did not tell in the story which country they are from, but they speak English. This person, who's the hero of the story, he speaks English because he started his story when he told it to one of the da'iyah, because I heard it from Woman Dua. He met him, he said, Ya Sheikh, please tell my story to the people. He said, I am someone whom Allah has gifted him by the ability that I speak English very well, I write English very well, I understand English very well. But I was using my English power in Egypt just exclusively with listening to the latest English songs, making latest English collections on cassettes, and I buy them to, I sell them to the tourists. Okay, he said, I was approached by a young boyfriend and girlfriend who speak English, Allahu Alam, from the UK, from America, from Canada, we don't know. So she came to him. The young lady, she said, I feel very upset. Emotionally, she was facing something. She was a little bit depressed or something psychologically, emotionally. She was not feeling well. She said, can I find any kind of nice music, soft music, any type of something just as a release? Some people, they believe music is the best thing to release. This is what she thinks. Okay. Now, he does not have any kind has to do with the word soft. Everything just for dance. Look what happened now. I need you to imagine, because it's part of the story. Let's imagine that this is the recorder. The recorder is put like this. And let's imagine that this is the cassette, okay? Exactly. This is the cassette, this is the recorder. He used to put the cassette, then the boom, boom, boom. She said, no, I don't like it. Please replace it. He left the first one. Let's put the second one. What do you think? Boom, 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 boom. No. That's not nice. Third one. Fourth one. No. Fifth one. No. Sixth one. So he did many of them. She did not like any of them. She was feeling really emotionally upset. صاحبنا المصري عصب. He became what? Angry. The Arabic mentality now operates. He became so angry because he did not like anything. So out of his anger, in our culture back there, some people, and it happens in Egypt and in Jordan as well, when someone feels angry sometimes, we hit the table. You got my point? It's like, for example, like this. I want to get rid of the anger. So he was so angry from her, but he can do nothing. Then he said, Allah مش عجبها حاجة. He did it like this. Now, accidentally, his two fingers, the recorder contains like a spool, the bottoms, it like this comes outside. Okay? Now, in the side of the recorder, there's a small button for the radio, not for the recorder. So he was so angry, he did like that. Allah مش عجبها حاجة, ping, like this. Coincidentally, by the will of Allah, he stopped the recorder and his bottom, without his intention, opened the radio on the speaker. Subhanallah, by the will of Allah, the radio was broadcasting live Quran for Sheikh Abdul Basit Abdul Samad. It's amazing. So he was listening to boom, 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 boom. No, not this one. Boom, 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 not this one. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Abdul Basit. And Abdul Basit, he's a legend in Islam. He's an amazing, something you can't comprehend as a human being. Allah gave him an amazing, powerful voice. It's very nice. Millions of people listen up to this time listening to him. Look what happened now. Try to picture this. The Quran came from the speakers just out of a sudden. He was confused. She listened. She said, okay. This is the music I want. Give it to me. He said, no, but this is not the music. She said, I don't care. Give me this music. He said, this is not music. She said, I don't care. Give it to me. Look now what happened. Wallahi, you can't imagine when I hear the story how weird this person, how wicked was. You know what he's saying about himself? He's narrating the story by himself. He said, I was so bad, so close to Satan to a degree. I felt bad. I don't want to tell her anything about Islam or the Quran. Then I told her, Then he said, I wanted just to kick her out of this scene. I don't have the Quran because it's from the radio, not from the cassette. And I'm not ready to search for her. I don't want to waste my time. I just want to get rid of her. Look what he did. Do you imagine what he did? He said, I lied. I listened to the whisper of the shaitan. I lied to her. I said, actually, instead of admitting that he himself does not have Quranic cassettes and apologize from her and promise her to bring from somewhere else, he said, actually, I can't give you this cassette because you are not covered. He said, look what he wanted. She's not wearing a hijab, definitely. She's not a Muslimah. In summer in Egypt, can you imagine a Swiss girl or a Canadian girl in the summer next to the pyramid, what she would be dressing? So he said, I decided to create an obstacle in her face to stop her from searching for the Quran, and I want just to get rid of her. So I threw like a challenge in her face to push her just to leave. He said, I can't give you this cassette because you are not wearing you are not covered. And it's impossible for her to be covered. She's need wearing nothing. It's summer, and for her, has nothing to do with the hijab. He said, I did it, khalas. I want to get rid of her. For my surprise, do you know what she did? Do you know the sharshaf? Wallahi, I'm not joking. What is this? Sharshaf. You know sharshaf? You know all sharshaf? This is the Arabic. In English, what is it? Huh? Table? Cloth. I will show you practically what she did. Wallahi, show that you will not forget. Bi-idhnillah. I know you will laugh, but I will do it. I will do it. Well, look what she did. She came to the cover of the table because he said, I will not give you this music, the Quran, because you are not covered. He put her in an embarrassing situation. She came to the cover on his desk. She pulled this and she put it like this on herself, like this, and then she put it on her face like this, completely. She held it completely and covered. She said, okay, I'm covered now. Give me the cassette. Wallahi. He's narrating the story. Completely. On her body, her shoulder, her chest, her completely, and she held it like this. Just her face said, okay, I'm covered now. Give me the cassette. He says, this brother, he said, I could not control myself. I went down to my knees crying. So I started crying. Said, I started apologizing from her. He said, I'm very sorry. But wallahi, I'm very sorry. This is a Quran, and this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is our book, this is our constitution, this is whatever, but I don't have it. And I will bring it to you. Can you imagine? Then he said, next day I went, I gave her like an appointment to come and see me next day. And I went to some of my friends. I brought some kind of cassette for Abdul Basit. I gave them to her, and then she left. At that time, no internet, no emails, nothing. Just the normal mail. Do you know normal mail? You write a letter, you send it. He said after that, for 3 months, she kept sending messages asking me to extra information about Islam. The last message after about 3 months, I received from her, and it was the last one. I know nothing about her. She said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. She became a Muslim. You will not forget this example. Huh? I'm covered now. Give me what? Give me the cassette. Okay, what can you conclude as a lesson out of this? Some of the lessons. Gal, we learned the lesson that we can use our credit card to give a lecture. Huh? Okay, very practical. Yalla. What lessons we can conclude from this story? Yes? It's not up to you to decide who will be guided, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives guidance to those who ask for guidance. Like what else? What else you can conclude from this? Anyone? Sisters? You should have something to say. Sister, like you. What do you think? Have you been able to share the feelings with her? Can you imagine basically what happened to her? Huh? What else? طيب, I will come back. Let me go to the last two stories together. Then I will conclude all of them together. What was the first one? What was the title of the first one? Yes, New York Islamic Center, the Jewish one who was converted to Islam. The second one, the Saudi young man and the American girl, or girlfriend, used to be girlfriend, yes. The third one, and link it in your mind with something, okay? The credit card of Dr. Amjad, okay. Okay. So, the cover of the table. طيب. Now, the last two stories, actually they are one story but contains two parts, and I will finish them. Then we will conclude everything all together, inshallah. We will connect them with the main title of our gathering. Many times I did, and I say, especially in the khutbah and in many lectures, the following hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imam Bukhari narrated in one of his books, his book called is Al-Adab al-Mufrad. Oh, by the way, how many of you understand Arabic? Can you raise up your hand, those who understand Arabic? طيب, let me ask it the other way around now. Who does not understand Arabic? طيب, okay. The reason I want to say the hadith in both Arabic and English, because sometimes if some of you understand Arabic, you will take the spirit and the power of the hadith, then I will say it in English, okay? This hadith is one of the most important hadith that I love always to keep repeating for myself. قال ذكرت فلانة عند رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. A woman, a sahabiyya, who used to live at the time Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم. She was mentioned in the presence of Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم. They were sitting, number of the Sahaba of Prophet Muhammad. He said, Ya Rasulullah, we know about a woman, you know. How did they know? From their wives. They keep telling, قال فلانة يا رسول الله تصوم الدهر. I will explain. I will say in Arabic. قال تقوم الليلة وتصوم الدهر وتتصدق بالمال الكثير ولكنها تؤذي جيرانها بلسانها قال لا خير فيها هي من أهل النار. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, he was sitting and he was surrounded by the number of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, the companions. So they said, Ya Rasulullah, we keep hearing from our wives about a woman. She's a Sahabiyya. Now, she has a beautiful characteristics, and they mentioned three main, amazing, beautiful things. قال تصوم الدهر. Do you know what does it mean, تصوم الدهر? She's fasting most of the time of the year as long as she is able to fast. Which means not just Ramadan, and not just Monday and Thursday, and not just the 3 Ayyam al-Bid in the month. No. Whenever she's able to fast during the year, she's fasting. طيب. Plus, قال وتقوم الليلة, which means always she's doing the qiyam, not just in Ramadan. قال وتتصدق بالمال الكثير. Always she's rich and she has a good money, and always she's giving a donation. These are good things or bad things? Then they continued. قال ولكنها يا رسول الله تؤذي جيرانها بلسانها. She's what doing? She's hurting her neighbors by her tongue. How can I hurt my neighbors with my tongue? Yes?
Calling them bad words.
Bad words.
And if, like, from another place, if you're like hate them so much, you call them slurs. Hopefully, no one here does that.
طيب, what else in our cultures? What could a man or a woman do to hurt their neighbors? Yes? Gossiping. Yes? Gossiping, backbiting, rumors, you know, سمعت فلانة بحط شبزمتي, you know بحط شبزمتي, you know this expression? بحط شبزمتي هذا. This is a special expression, okay? بحط شبزمتي, you know? كلمة بحط شبزمتي, hey, have you heard latest news? Breaking news. Latest, come. Okay, she said, he said, I don't care. Wallah, I'm not sure, but wallahu a'lam, wallahu a'lam, wallahu a'lam. I think Muhammad last night she has a big fight with Abu Muhammad. Wallahu a'lam, wallah. I'm not sure why, but maybe because her daughter was divorced 2 days ago. I'm not sure that she was divorced, but wallahu a'lam, wallahu a'lam, because of no, something like that. قال تؤذي جيرانها بلسانها. What was the hukum? What was the fatwa of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ regarding this character? She prays all the time, she fasts all the time, she donates all the time. In our words, قال بس تؤذي جيرانها بلسانها, which means MashaAllah, nothing, something simple. What was the hukum? Prophet Muhammad قال لا خير فيها هي من أهل النار. There is no khair, no goodness in what she's doing. She is from the people of the hellfire. Then they continued. By the way, this hadith should help us to review our standards when we deal with the people. Then they continued, the same Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah wa fulana. Then they mentioned another woman. Now the other category. قال يا رسول الله وفلانة, such and such woman, she قال لا تصلي إلا فرضها ولا تصوم إلا شهرها وتتصدق بالأثوار. الأثوار يعني الإشي القليل جدا جدا جدا, ملاليم يعني. قال ولا تؤذي أحدا بلسانها. قال هي من أهل الجنة. Then they continued. He said, Ya Rasulullah, another woman, we always hear about them. She does not pray but the fard. Not even the nawafil. No Ramadan, no duha, no, just the fard. قال ولا تصوم إلا شهرها, which means what? Just Ramadan. That's it. Not even one single day extra to Ramadan. No Arafah, no أيام بيض, nothing at all. Just Ramadan, the fard. قال وتتصدق, and she pays the sadaqah, the alms, the charity, the sadaqah with very little amount, just very little. Hardly she pays. قال, but she's always controlling and guarding her tongue. She does not make any kind of gossip, backbiting, attacking, rumors at all. Always guarding her tongue. قال هي من أهل الجنة. She is from the people of the Jannah. The hadith is finished. What lessons, especially now, this is my final question. Then I will conclude the 4 things all together. What lesson we can see in light of our standards today? In our standards. You see, when you say, MashaAllah, he goes to Umrah every time. He is going to the Hajj every time. But MashaAllah, he does this very simple thing. He's not nice with his parents. Not nice with his parents. This is a major sin, Habib Alba. You know major sin? Wallahi, it's a kabira. Anyway, let me see the conclusions from you. Yes, brother, Habib, fadal.
Just because you take good actions, some actions are better than others, and gossip is one of the stronger actions, and you should hold back your tongue as much as possible.
Jazakallah khair. Yes, you need to know the value of the good and the bad thing that you are doing. It's not just do anything. Be careful. Doing this khair jud, but don't take it for granted the fact you are doing good things. You don't care with the bad things. One of the lessons. Like what else? Yes, تفضلي. Can you speak loudly? Yeah.
Just because هي كمان بتعمل مش الفرض يعني بتزوم كل يوم بس it really depends يعني just because you do more than another does not mean you're better يعني.
Jamil. She's a very nice quotation. The fact you are doing more than another does not mean you are a better person. By the way, بينفع بيت شعر حلو. The fact that you do more than another does not mean that you are a better. It's very nice. I liked it. Wallahi. Yes. By the way, that's true. Be careful. Because it depends on your sincerity, your niyyah, and the value of this in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So be careful. Yes, sister.
It's not for us to judge how bad a bad deed is.
Sorry, can you repeat?
It's not for us to judge how bad.
Okay. جزاكم الله خير. It's not to us to judge how bad this thing is. Who decides how bad it is? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Be careful. In the scale of Allah, gossip, backbiting, disrespecting the parents are major sins. But practically in our life, if we saw someone who has a long beard and she's wearing the hijab and they go to halaqat al-tahfidh, and even if they do gossip, we human beings normally, how do we value those people? Most of us. Do we look at this as a minor thing because mashallah he is or she is? At homes, at our homes. By the way, one of the big major sins is Islam, lying, to lie. What is the percentage of lies that are committed in many Muslim houses? Yet, we do our best, for example, on the hijab and the salah on time. يلا يا ولد الحق يا ولد اتوضى يا ولد اتوضى يا بنت يلا على صلاة الجماعة, for example, which is good. We need to do this. طيب. Tren. Hello, yes, hello. Speak with your father. بابا مش هنا. What? Who told me to say بابا مش هون? Baba. What's this? What is this? I'm teaching my kid what? To lie. I am an example, a model to tell him how practically to lie, which is an amazing, horrible sin in Islam. It's a disaster, by the way. We have virtues, فضائل, and شو الرذائل? Vices, yes. Virtues and vices. اللي هو فضائل ورذائل. Okay? We have something called major فضائل. We have major رذائل. Al-kadhib, lying, is a major big vice, which is one of the big sins, because it leads. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ قال وما يزال الرجل يكذب حتى يكتب عند الله كذابا. But now, practically in our Muslim societies altogether, how do we view lying? Normal, yes, جزاك الله خير. Most of us, we say it very normal. عادي يا زلمة انسى الموضوع. كل عم بحكي التليفون. You are sitting with him in Tim Hortons, drinking coffee, doing nothing, just wasting your time. He said, hey, I need you very urgently. Where are you? Well, I'm helping my mother now at home. And you listen to him عادي. مين حكيت معك؟ قالوا صاحبي يا زلمة انسى أهبل انسى. يلا. How many times we do this? Seriously, how many times? That's why we need to review the value of virtues and vice, of bad things and good things. Because in our culture, generally speaking, the one who does the qiyam on daily basis, mashallah. The one who reads the Quran every day, alhamdulillah, mashallah, which is good. I'm not saying this is not good. But don't ever let this satanic criteria come to you and accept it. The fact that I'm doing the qiyam, doing the siyam, other things are so normal, no problem. This is not acceptable. This could demolish. You know demolishing? You know when they come, they say we want to demolish the building. What is demolishing the building? Boom. Okay, you build the building, fasting, dua, doing, then you disrespect your parent with a major sin, it demolishes. Then you lie, it demolishes. So be careful. So let's give big value for things as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the value as much as we can. طيب اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. Let me finish. I have just 5 minutes nearly to the تقريبا يعني I need to finish for some people to make wudu in 5 minutes. Before I conclude, for me, is there anyone who would like to add anything about any of the stories? Would like to add, sisters, brothers? لا تفضل حبيبي بس speak loudly please.
I just wanted to say that الفتنة أشد من القتل.
Okay, what does it mean?
Like in the story, like gossiping, part of like the bad words is also fitna and like when
جزاك الله خير. Yes. Now spreading rumors, spreading false news, gossip, backbiting is an act of fitna. The word fitna is used to describe part of this action. The bad impact of this could be much worse than killing someone. Do you think that he is exaggerating or could be true?
It's true.
Yes, it is true. I'll give you an example, just to endorse what you are saying. Have you heard about what we call, many people, they don't care, especially the young males, حد القذف? Have you heard about حد القذف? Who knows what's حد القذف in Islam? Professors, have you heard this terminology أصلا? حد القذف? None of you? No, I'm talking about the youngsters. قذف, تعرف شو يعني حد القذف? Wow. Seriously? Wallahi, it's a shocking fact. طيب, look, just let's, I thought you know, I want to build the concept on it. But let's, in Islam, we have hads called haddul qadhf. Haddul qadhf, if someone take a bad word about the dignity or the honor of a male or a female, such as I say, Wallahi, you know, I saw that girl going to that bad place to do bad things, meaning she was with a man doing haram things. This is called what? Qadhf, as if I have attacked her honor. My punishment should be in public. I will be lashed 80 times. Just because I said word against her, yes, 80 times. If I said this girl was going with that boy at the car, they were kissing each other. If I said this word, I should be lashed 80 times in public. The people must witness while I am lashed. Okay? This is called had what? Al-Qadhf. I remember why I brought this example. Okay, Jazakumullah khair. Imagine in our cultures, if someone, just to make, and this happens in many cultures, especially with the boys. He was saying, hey, شفت فلانة اسمع بحطش بزمتي فلانة عملت سوت طلعت نزلت, you know, they say very bad words about it. You are joking, just joking. And you kept, يا عمي, how come you speak about it like this? الزلمة, who cares? And we are just wasting our time joking, okay? But this word reached her brother. And he thought what they are saying is true. What could happen in some Arab countries? What could happen? Yes, she might lose her life. She will be accused of committing, adultery or something. She did nothing. They were joking, but joking in a big haram thing. Just, okay, she did so and so. I saw her in the car. He was kissing her. He touched her. She went to. This is qadhf. This is one of the big major sins in our especially brothers in the streets, in our terminology and in our evaluation. This, in many cases, is looked at as a simple what? Silly thing that we do. وَتَحْسَبُونَهُ هَيِّنًا وَهُوَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. You think it's simple? It's easy? No. It's a great major sin in Allah's eyes. So, let's review the values, okay? At least like what we say. How many, and let me finish by this. Yes, just 1 minute. Let me finish by this. How many of us, and please forgive me, and I love you like my sons and my daughters. How many of us, we don't care when we raise up our voices in the faces of our parents? Do we have this problem or not? And many times, يا فلان حبيبي, هو ما في غيري, الله أكبر. خلفتونا مشان تحرثوا علينا. ما في غيري. Sometimes just wash the dishes or help on something simple. Untranslatable. طب خلفتوهم مشان تحرثوا علينا, كيف ترجمها هاي؟ تترجم ايش هاي؟ For example, okay, this is a major sin, could demolish all of your good deeds. فجزاكم الله خير. Shall Islam be a witness for me or against me? Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
كيف نترجم خلفتوهم شطرة؟